I've been bamboozled, and I don't mean it in a good way. Well, is there really a good way? Last video, I recorded with my mic really close to my mouth, just like this, because I thought it would be a better quality, and I thought it would hide the background noise. It hid the background noise pretty well, but that's because I had to turn myself down, because I was very loud, and I peaked the mic quite a bit. So, we're going to step back from my mic just a little bit. We're going to keep talking at the relatively same volume. We're just going to step back a little bit so that we can get kind of a clearer understanding of what I'm saying and the words that are coming out of my mouth when I say them, because that's a thing that's relatively important for the videos, is what's coming out of my mouth. That was the weirdest intro I think I've ever done. How's it going, everyone? My name is Snow Blizzard, and welcome back to another survival handbook video. Today's video is episode 7, and today I still need to think about what we're doing. So today's going to be kind of a weird one. I think what I want to do... My dog just climbed onto my bed and snored. I think what I want to do is add a second layer onto this, but I'm going to do that off camera, since last time it was kind of a hassle to do that, and I got really tired, and it was all really repetitive, fairly enough. So I'm going to do that on stream, but I do want to come over here, and as you can see, there's a little hallway out here. I kind of want to add a path going down to this, and then maybe we can put some more farms around this area, so we have a path going down the side and kind of connecting to all of our farms, or even if we put something else over there, like a little town or something, then we can connect that with the outside path. And then I want my mansion, my epic YouTuber mansion, to extend all across his land. So I think what we need to do is actually extend this flat land, or maybe we have a tunnel going downwards, down the hill maybe. I honestly have no clue. Or, you know what we can do? We can have some kind of bridge, a short bridge really, but we have it go over with some support beams, and we have a bridge go across, and then we have some kind of support beams here, and we can run a little river through, or a little walkway through. I think that would look really cool. So we're going to get to work on that. We need to fill these in, actually.
A few moments later.
There. Now isn't that much better? So anyways, as I was saying, we're going to be expanding on this. We're going to be kind of planning out where we want it to go, and I think we might build a storage system. I'm not sure if we'll do that in today's video. I haven't really 100% decided what's going underneath this main part, but I think I do want a storage underneath. I think that would be really cool and really handy to just be able to access it whenever I need it, and I'll put all my important items in there, and we'll get kind of an auto sorter built. I think that will be really cool. That'll be fun to play with. I've been waiting for one. I've been dying for one because my storage is absolutely atrocious right now. So we need to get an auto sorter so that we can sort our items and I don't have to be lazy anymore. Wouldn't that make me more lazy? Yeah, I don't know. So we're going to get whatever we have planned today in a stream. We're going to do some off-camera work on the stream, and then we're going to figure out what we're doing in today's video, because I came in without a plan, as usual. And, yeah, you know how that went in last video. So we're going to get to work on that, and we're going to get streaming and stuff, and I have a lot of schoolwork to do as well, so this might not be recorded all in one day. Hopefully I'm starting to record a couple days before the upload date. Bye! Oh my god. So I'm starting to record a couple days before the video is supposed to be up. Yeah, you know what I mean. So hopefully I'm not rushing to get this done. It's supposed to be up on Friday. Don't quote me on that, but if I'm starting to record now, then I should be okay, I hope. Okay, one successful live stream later, and we have progress. You see, we have a water stream here, and we have our humongous open space under our base. I'll take you up and show you the base really quick because there is some progress made on it. As you can see, this goes all the way up to the top, and we have a dome up here, and this dome has some kind of support beams and has a bunch of glass around it. That glass took forever to cook, and I mean forever. And we kind of, you can see what I mean now when I say mirrored it. You can see what I mean now when I say we mirrored it. We kind of just flipped it upside down and put it up top. And that might not have been the best way to do things, but that's my way to do things. So we're just going to be doing it that way because I think it looks nice. People are calling it the cake base or the donut base or things along those lines. So, I mean, it's not too terribly bad, right? So we're just going to go with this. We're just going to go along with it. I think it looks really good and it's really useful. Having two floors like that, one floor looks decent and the other floor looks useful. And so we'll probably be putting some stuff up on the top floor. And I want to kind of expand the mansion around the area. But now that we have the main part of the mansion built, I can kind of get a picture, like a better idea, a better sense of where the actual different parts are going to go and what we're going to do with them. But first, I need to sleep because it is getting nighttime and there are zombies chasing me and eating my face. Alright, so Blizzard, what do you plan on doing with this huge space, you might ask? Well, my friend, do I have the answer for you? Villagers. Yes, villagers. You know them, you love them, you hate to work with them, you love to use them, you love their trades, you love everything about them except for their evil AI. The AI is probably the worst part, but once you get them all set up in place and once you get everything all sorted out, they are probably one of the most useful, if not the most useful, mob in the game. And that is, my friends, why we're going to be setting up a villager trading hall in this area. I think up against this wall probably we'll have all of our trades, either that wall or this wall, and then we can have like multiplayers. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out, but off to that side of the base, we're going to be having our storage system. So it's going to be expanding. You know, there's like this big open field over there. We're going to be expanding it underground. It's going to be a mega storage system. My goal, I know it's kind of ambitious, but I want to store every single item in the game. Maybe we'll leave out things like dragon eggs and things like that along those lines, but I do want to end up eventually sorting almost every single stackable item in the game. I think that would be a really, really fun challenge, and I'm kind of an auto sorter guy myself. I love me a good item filter. And it helps me be lazy, and it helps us progress in the game a little bit faster when I don't have to worry about sorting items or managing storage, even though we have this little puny storage system over here. As you can see, when I chopped out the wall, I didn't plan this at all either, but it lined up perfectly with this home base thing, and I love it. But anyways, we're going to get to work on this. We're going to kind of plan out where we're going to put the villagers and we're going to plan out how many floors we have and plan out how many sections we'll have. And then we'll kind of decorate the walls around it. I don't know if we'll be decorating or if we'll be leaving it kind of undergroundy feel. We'll probably decorate it. What am I saying? We'll probably end up decorating it on stream or something on Sunday. You know, if you don't catch me on the streams, be sure to subscribe again. Shameless plug, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a stream. But anyways, back to work. So basically what we're going to do is head over to that village. I'm sure you've seen it either on a stream or in a video, but there's a village over there in that direction. So we're going to be bringing them, importing them through this little download slot right here. And we're going to be sending them here once we get the villager trading systems set up. Then we can just plop them into place, set up their trades, and they'll be all set to go. And then we get free emeralds for the rest of our lives. And then we get free trades, and we get to work with the villagers and decrease their trades. And we have to do other things like that. But for right now, we're just getting the trading hall built and set up. And so this should be super fun. So let's get to work. So here we are in my testing world, and we're playing with some villager ideas. We found one design that works really, really well, I think. It's by Logical Geek Boy, and sorry if you can tell my voice is a little off. I just woke up, so I'm a little tired, but I was watching Logical Geek Boy's video, and he had this really cool design where there's string in here, and whenever that string gets stepped on or something, it causes an update in the observer, which will power this piston, and then it'll retract this stair over the villager's head, so that no more villagers can walk in. And the reason the villager will pathfind all the way over here is because it's looking for the nearest workbench area that it can connect to, so it's going to walk all the way along this line until it finds the workbench, and then it's going to go drop down that hole with no problem. And I already tested it one time and it works really well, so we're going to try it again just really quick, just to show you guys. We have him going through, it broke off, and now he's going to try and pathfind to the nearest workbench. There he goes, falls in, and boom, it locks over him. So this is perfect. We can dump a bunch of villagers in here, have a bunch of these things, as much as we need, and the villagers should be able to find their ways to the workstations. And as you can see, these guys can see each other, but they can't see each other's workstations, theoretically anyways. So if we don't like the trade we got here, we can just block them off like this, break the station, place it back, and they'll get a new trade. Sharpness 5, we don't like it, we'll get a new trade, and we got true charge. So we'll keep that trade, and you get the idea. So basically we're going to have our villagers funnel in. They'll already be on minecart, so we don't have to worry about all this mess. But we're going to funnel them in through that little hole you saw in the base, and we're going to push them up to the cactus. All the minecarts will be collected here, and they'll get spit out right over this, and they'll fall into their little pods, and it'll get locked above them, and they'll be our slaves forever. So, should work perfectly. Hopefully. So now we're back on our world. We're just going to start building really quick. I just wanted to show you guys the wall before, and we're going to start building. We're going to kind of measure out how many floors we can have of villagers, and then once we do that, we're going to be able to put all the villagers in place, and then we'll be all set. So this should be fun. After nearly finishing the first row of villager capture things, I've realized that we need sticky pistons, and on this world, slime is not a luxury that we have. So we're gonna have to build a slime farm later on and come back to this, but for now we're just gonna manually place in the blocks that cover over their heads like this. Every time a villager falls in, we'll just take it and cover it like that, and we'll fill them in one by one. But it took me this long to realize that we don't even have slime on this world yet, so we're gonna have to come back to that, and we'll just do this manually. It shouldn't be too hard. That's more of just a quality of life thing, but we should be alright. Okay, so here you can see we have a lectern that's 4 wood slabs of any kind and a bookshelf right in the middle, so we can go ahead and take this, and this is probably one of the most important blocks in my opinion when it comes to villager trading, because this is what it takes to get villagers to trade enchanted books. So if we put that right there and we break a little hole and we have a villager fall into this hole, then he'll pick up this lectern and he'll start to trade with it. And as you can see, I've built up this area, so we have the different holes right here. So a villager will be standing right here, his workstation will be right here, and then he can see the other villagers, but he can't see their other workstations. So we should be all set to go with that. And I need to extend the floor just a little bit more, just so that we can get around the lanterns that I've hung up, because those seem to be in the way. So we'll just kind of expand it just one more level so that we can climb up here and stand back if we need to and walk around the villagers. So that should make it a little easier to trade with them and to switch out their trades for things we like. And now that we have that covered, I mean, it seems like it's about time to go get some villagers. I'm not too excited about that. Except for today's video, we're not really going to be messing with putting the villagers in and getting specific trades, because we'll save that for a video afterwards. This video, I just want to cover getting this built up and going to collect the villagers and bring them over here into some kind of safe pod so that we can set up a villager breeder in the next video and we can get all the villagers we need, because we don't exactly have, what is this, 20 something villagers to fill this in, and I would like 20 something villagers to fill my entire area in, and possibly even more. And a villager breeder is a great way to do that, but we don't have time to cover that in this video, so we're just going to grab the villagers and bring them back, and then we'll talk about them. So as you might be able to see poking out just over the hill right there, there's the start of a little hut, and that is actually a village, so it shouldn't take too much effort to get it over here. I might have to dig a little tunnel going underneath the base, because that might be the easiest solution. But I'm going to try my best to use this boat to get villagers over here, and it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, we only need 2 for the villager breeder. Probably 3 actually to make it work and fully function. So I'm going to bring 3 over here. I'm going to do the first one kind of on camera. I'm going to kind of show you the process, and then we'll cut to having all 3 villagers over here. Here we are at our lovely village, and it seems like the iron golems have been doing some serious work to defend our villagers. I appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic, but I'm going to go ahead and take over from here. So we need to find our villagers. Our first one will be that guy right there. He seems like an opt candidate. An opt? What? He seems like a good candidate. Once we get a boat in front of him, he should be able to hop right in there. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is drive him over here. And the tricky part about boats when you're not in water is that you actually have to kind of push yourself up on the boat with a piston. So here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to hop out, right? We're going to find where the boat is, and we're going to dig under it a couple blocks. I'm going to put that there with a block on top of it. We actually have to move it out of the way. So we're going to put a block on top of that. We're going to dig out blocks next to it to prep it. We're going to get on top of this block. And when we do that, we can go ahead and take our power source and we can power the piston. So now you can see we've gone up a whole block, and it wasn't too hard, it wasn't too challenging. Might have been a little difficult, but it's alright. Now we have to do the next one, so what we actually have to do is hope this guy doesn't go into the boat, because that would be a disaster. But we actually have to take this piston back, because we don't have too many resources, and we have to take this redstone block back, and we'll be all set to kind of go on our way. So,
A few moments later.
What we can actually do to speed this up is to drive ourselves over on top of this piston, like so. And what we can actually do is just leave the piston on the ground level and push it up directly with the piston instead of putting a block on top of it. I didn't quite think of that, I don't know why, but it seems like such a simpler solution, so we're just going to do that from now on. So as you can see, we're kind of at a level we need to be. We're a little bit higher, and that is a good thing. We're going to do our best to kind of maintain this height as we go over there. We're going to do as much as we can to stay on this level, and we'll build bridges if we need to kind of get our way over there. So we're going to hop out of this boat and just kind of build bridges so that we don't have to drop down over there. Even though it would be faster to go through the water, we'd still have to piston up every single block like several times. So I think it would be easier and a lot simpler if we just kind of bridged our way over there as if we were playing Bed Wars or something. And so if we take it this route, then we don't have to worry about pistons anymore, and we'll be all set. and we'll have a path on the way back as well, so we won't have to do as much pistoning 3 times over. We'll actually have a bridge and a direct path from the village to our base, because this isn't the only villager we have to get, sadly. And if we fall, that isn't the best thing either, because we'll fall and we won't be able to get back up unless we piston up here. So we're going to do our best to kind of stay up here as best we can, stay kind of towards the center, not adjust too much, because if we're fine, then we're fine, we won't fall off, we'll be alright. I just need to get a bridge that takes us all the way over there. Happy times, as we have our little makeshift bridge made of all sorts of materials kind of built up here. Makes it very convenient to get our villagers over there. So this should be pretty easy from now on. So what I want to do with these villagers is kind of put them, I don't know if I want to put them underground yet. I'm going to put them actually over in a box over there somewhere. I'm going to leave them all in their own boats so that I can just collect them as easily as I have right now without having to put them in a boat. So I'm actually going to put them over here in like a little box, like right here. And we can go from there in the next video when we do the villager breeder. But I do have to take them over here and collect them so that to make sure we have enough villagers in the actual system. Because if we don't, then we don't have enough villagers to trade with, and that's no fun now, is it? So we're going to have to put this guy over here, kind of park him, put him inside a little glass box, and we'll see where to go from there. You're having fun, aren't you? Yeah, see? He's having fun. While we're here, we could talk about villager breeding, because I think there may have only been 2 villagers over there. I may have killed the 3rd one. And just to kind of get this sorted out, we kind of should have 3. So what I'm going to do is get them out of the boats. If you're unsure about that, you can hit F3 and B, and it shows you the hitboxes. And so if they're inside of a boat, you can see there's a hitbox of a boat and a hitbox of the villagers. So with these hitboxes on, you can make sure that you hit the boat without hitting the villagers and damaging them, because that could be bad. Okay, so for breeding the villagers, you're going to want a variety of things. We got wheat and we got seeds, and we can take them and make a little bit of bread, just to kind of give them something to work with. So you want to kind of try your best to fill up their inventory. So we're going to make a bunch of bread here. And then on top of that, another thing you need is beds. And we don't have quite a few beds, so we're going to have to go get some. The reason you want 3 beds is because the villagers need to find beds for themselves, and then they need to find that, hey, there's empty beds we can occupy, so that they're able to make villagers. So we're going to have to go out and find some sheep to shear, and once we do that, we'll have all the beds we need to make villagers. Okay, so now we have all the beds we need to start manually breeding. All we have to do now is just place them somewhere within reach. So 1, 2, see if we can get it from this way, 3. There we go. So now they have 3 beds in there instead of just 2. There's only 2 people. So what we're going to do is open up a little hole in the sky, a little magical feeding hole. Now that we have access to them, we're going to go ahead and start tossing their crops in. So we're going to do some seeds, some wheat, some bread, and some more seeds. I believe they might also need sky access too when they're breeding, so just keep that in mind. Now that we made it this far into the video, I'd like to ask you guys a question. What kind of shaders would you like to see me use on the world, even if it's not during a video, or if it's on a live stream, or even if it's just for the thumbnails? You guys have any shader suggestions or any suggestions for shaders that I should be using to make my build look a little bit prettier? Because, you know, this cake looking thing, it looks like it doesn't have frosting on it, you know. But you guys have any shaders that would make my build look better, or just the game overall? Just let me know in the comments if you made it this far. And if you have any answers to that question, I'd appreciate it. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe as always. I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.